All right, welcome back to Loquitur Gaming. I'm going to continue on with my Knight of the Zealot campaign, playing with two of the new Investigator Starter Decks. This playthrough is with Winifred, Winnie, and Stella. We've already done the first scenario in the campaign, and now I'm going on to the Midnight Masks. So we had 6 experience points for Winnie as the lead investigator because she decided not to burn down her house. And we had 5 experience points for Stella. So for Winnie's deck, I took 2 copies of this card, Copycat. So this one is after you commit Copycat to a skill test, I can search the discard pile of another investigator for a skill you can commit to this test and commit it. After the test ends, place that card on the bottom of its owner's deck. So the thinking here is, and I got a little bit of my water on the sleeve. My thinking for this particular card is that the Stella deck here has 3 copies of this card in it. It's a special thing for her deck that has 3 wilds on it. So if those are in her discard pile with this Copycat, I could get that card committed to my skill test and then put that card in the bottom of its owner's deck. And the interesting thing also is that in the document that came with Winnie's deck, it talks about this card Copycat, and it says that this card can trigger her special effect. And I'm guessing because when you take the card from the other player's deck and you commit it to the test, there are 2 different non-weakness cards that you control committed to the skill test because you're taking it and committing it. So I'm going to see how that synergy works out. It might work out a little bit better if you were playing a longer campaign. If you got these Copycat cards early, and Stella had these cards in her deck. I mean, they come in her deck to begin with, and they don't count against her what's it called, her deck limit either, if I'm not mistaken. And it's unusual that she has 3 copies of those. It's 3 copies of either Rain nor Snow, and they do not count towards her deck build size. So that's kind of cool. So that's what I took for Winnie. I took both copies of that. It's kind of interesting looking through all the options and then thinking how it would be different if I was playing an 8-game campaign versus knowing that I've only got a couple more scenarios I could do. I mean, I guess I could take their decks through some of the one-off scenarios. So then for Stella, I took upgrades of 2 cards. So I upgraded the Granny card, and I think that added a willpower. I can't remember if it added the willpower or the intellect. And what's also interesting is on Granny's reaction here now, it says that you just straight up get a change to your skill value when you would fail a skill test. So it's not still a failure. On the previous card, it said that you still fail, but you can change your skill, you can change how much you fail by, but this one actually changes the value. So I think you could change it to where you're no longer failing if you change it to a 0. And then I got this Look What I Found. This Look What I Found adds connecting locations to discover clues from. And I believe the failure of the skill test went from a 2 to a 3. So just a couple of upgrades. So the other 1 copy of each of these lower level cards was removed from her deck. Okay, so this is the Midnight Masks. Same one I played with Nathaniel and Harvey a couple of episodes ago. Difference this time, though, is we did not burn down our house. So we're going to start in Winnie's house over here. And we do not have Lita Chandler in our deck because we didn't listen to her advice. Didn't burn down the house, so she did not join us. Okay, so the Midnight Masks. In the wake of the disaster at your home, Lita Chandler, the red-haired woman from your parlor, lays out a tale that, even in light of what you have witnessed, strains the limits of your belief. The creatures in your home, she claims, are called ghouls, cruel beings who plague the crypts, caverns, and tunnels beneath the city of Arkham. These creatures feed on the corpses of humans, and they are served by a dark cult within Arkham whose members have inexplicably come to worship the ancient master of the ghouls. This cult has been killing innocent people and feeding them to the ghouls, satiating a monstrous hunger. A dark balance was maintained, until now. Recently, Lita continues, one of their lairs, where the corpses were stored, was destroyed. Since then, the ghouls have been more active than usual. I have tracked their movements and tried my best to stop them from running amok throughout the city, but I think there is something worse going on. The cult has been planning something darker and more ominous than anything I have yet observed. Indications are that this plan shall come to fruition tonight, shortly after midnight. Beyond that, I cannot fathom what to expect. Many of the cultists, Lita continues, will seem like everyday people, despite their foul intentions. Whenever the cult meets, its members don masks shaped like the skulls of various animals to protect their identities from one another. These masks are our mark, symbols of death and decay. We must unmask the cultists to expose and derail their plans. We have but a few hours. The more cultists we find before midnight, the better. Continue to set up. So I've already gathered all those sets and made the encounter deck. I've got the cultist deck up here. We need to randomly choose a south side and a downtown location. That one. So we'll put that south side to the side. It kind of trips me out to see downtown at the top of the map. I don't know why. All right, so we've got our downtown, our south side. There's 2 players in the game, so we've got 1 Acolyte at south side with 1 Doom on it. And the house is still standing, so we start at the house. The Ghoul Priest is not still alive, so he does not go into the encounter deck. I think that's it for setup. We've got our 5 resources. Oops. Just going to shuffle and take 5 cards to pick our opening hands. Mysterious Raven. It's a nice cheap asset. Neither rain nor snow is good to get into the discard pile quickly. Old Keyring is good. Grimm's Fairy Tales. Live and Learn is an event after a skill test is failed. I think this is a good hand. I'm not upset about any of these cards. I don't think. Now, I feel like there was something I should have been digging for in Winnie's deck. This is the problem with waiting a couple of days in between each play and having a very poor memory. I can't remember what it was. Because I really feel like there was something. I guess I could always just look and reshuffle. But it's okay. Cheap Shots, where we get to add, Pilfer. Seems good to get clues. I don't know about Nimble. Lonnie and Leather Jacket. This is kind of my opening hand from last time. So Pilfer can get you 3 clues with a super high Investigate. Nimble helps me move, but I don't think I need that right now. Lonnie, this is another very expensive opening hand. Cheap Shot's probably not super important right now. Nimble. Man, this is a really expensive hand. I do want to get clues. Oh, man. I think I'll keep Pilfer and Leather Jacket. Arrogance, I need to redraw. Another Lonnie, another Daredevil. and another cheap shot. So I got 2 of the same cards back. Great. Okay. Try to commit more cards to use her special ability. All right, so the agenda. Lita seems convinced of a conspiracy within the city of Arkham. She believes that a secret cult serves the ghouls that live in the crypts beneath the city, and that several of the cult's prominent members are scattered throughout Arkham. As you begin searching for them, you can't shake the feeling that you too are being hunted. So this has a resign action on it. You don't want to risk taking too long, so you head to safety with the information you've gathered. And 6 Doom will advance this agenda. And we start with 1 Doom on this Acolyte, because he has a thing when he comes out, he gets Doom. Act 1A, Uncovering the Conspiracy. You have 1 night to find the members of this cult and unveil their plan. The more members of the cult you can find and interrogate before midnight, the better. The investigators spend 2 clues per investigator as a group to draw the top card of the cultist deck. Find as many unique cultist enemies you can to add them to the victory display. If there are 6 unique cultist enemies in the victory display, advance. All right. At our house, we get 1 clue per investigator. That's nice. And it has a shroud of 2. I know, so I've got Lonnie in my hand. I remember, the one thing I do remember is up here at East Town, you get a discount on playing allies. So with a shroud of 2, I almost think let's do Stella's turn first, because I think Stella's turn might be fairly quickly, or done fairly quickly. I think I'm just going to spend 4 resources total, and for her 3 actions, just get the Mysterious Raven. I've got to move this up a little bit. Mysterious Raven, the Old Key Ring, and Grimm's Fairy Tales into play. So we get 2 keys on the Old Key Ring and 4 secrets on Grimm's Fairy Tales. And that would be Stella's turn. I think now I'm just going to have Winnie investigate, try to get some of these clues from her house. I'm up by 1. I think I'll commit Daredevil. So Daredevil is going to have me discard cards until I get to a skill card. Lockpicks, that was the card. We're supposed to shuffle each weakness back into the deck. Well, where are all the skill cards? Opportunist. Yeah, I don't know if Daredevil's such a good card, unless you've got a lot of cards to commit in your deck. Because now my deck is super thin. So we're probably going to take a horror from going through our deck. And now this is committed. wonder if this gets to go up into my hand instead of discarding it. Because it's been committed if I succeed by enough. Okay, so my Investigate is a 3. We got 4, 5 to 2. I'm up by 3. Hey! For every 2 points you succeed by, return a card you committed to this test to your hand. Oh, great. So that's a +1. 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2 is 4. I could return. I don't think I want Daredevil back, but I'll take Opportunist back. Actually, maybe at this point, there's probably quite a few skill cards remaining in this small amount of a deck, so I'll just take it back. Get a clue. Do it again. Play some cards. We don't want to do Pilfer right now because there's not enough clues to get with Pilfer. Let's do it again. Daredevil and Opportunist. That's kind of a waste. Now we're up by like 1 million. Look at all those. Look at all those. So we're up by a ton. And this is -2. Place 1 Doom on the nearest cultist. So I'll put a 2. Chasing down that cultist could be... Let's see, Opportunist can come back to my hand because we succeeded by a ton. We get this. I need to deal with this cultist. And I have Cheap Shot in my hand. So do I move or... Yeah, let's just get going. So Rivertown. Rivertown is a shroud of 1, 2 clues per investigator. So I think we'll have Stella come up there, work on that, and then we can turn in for a cultist. All right, there's no enemies that will hunt. This cultist is not a hunter. Nothing to refresh. We will go from 5 resources to 6, and from 1 to 2, and get cards. Called by the Mists. Put Called Mist into play in your threat area. After you initiate a skill test with a difficulty of 4 or higher, take a damage. All right, so I think we're okay for now with that. And she draws her lucky cigarette case. Top of the round, Mythos Phase. And encounter cards. Winnie's encounter card. False Lead. If you have no clues, False Lead gains Surge. If you have 1 or more clues, Test Book 4. She does have clues. For each point you fail by, place 1 of your clues on your location. So a book of 4, she's at 3. I don't think I commit anything because I do have Pilfer. So we're down by 1. Broken tablet is -3. If you fail, place one of your clues on your location. But this card is going to make us put both of our clues on the location anyway. It's okay, it's got a Shroud of 1. And now Stella's card. Hunting Shadow. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. She can't spend clues. The Raven can't take damage. So, Stella's taking 2 damage. Okay, back to us. If we have Winnie go first. That's 6, and that's 2. Okay, Winnie's going to investigate using Pilfer. I think. Be better to use this card on a high shroud area, but maybe for the economy of action. So Pilfer investigation uses agility instead of intellect. If you succeed, discover 2 additional clues at your location. So we'll use that. We got to pay 4 resources, so we go from 6 down to 2. And I'm not committing any other cards. Or should I commit Opportunist just because? I'm up by 4. No, there's still only 1 token in here that can make me fail at +4. Okay, so -1, we succeed. So we get 1 clue for succeeding, and because of Pilfer, we get 2 additional clues. So Winnie got 3 clues. First action. Second action, she's going to move down to south side. So she's going to get the Acolyte on her. I'm going to discard over here. I know it's off camera, but I need the thread area space. She's moving to south side. Shroud of 2. As an action, I can search my deck for an ally asset, add it to my hand, and then shuffle the deck. 1 clue per investigator. I might have said 2 clues per investigator earlier, but that's 1 per. So our second action was to move down here. And now for my third action, I'm going to spend these 2 resources on this cheap shot. Add my agility value to the skill value for the attack. If you succeed by 2 or more, automatically evade the attacked enemy. She's only got 1 hit point, so I'm not going to need to worry about the auto evade. So I've got combat 3, agility 5, so I'm up by 5. This is really just to get this Doom out of here. And that's -3. I did not fail, so I don't have to worry about putting a clue out. Acolyte gone. And their contributing Doom gone. Okay, so that was Winnie's 3 moves. Now Stella's going to take a move for first action to go to Rivertown. And I'm up by 1, and I've got a Live and Learn in my hand, so I'm okay taking it at just up by 1. My book is 2, Shroud of 1. Up by 1. Oh, the tablet is -3, so I fail. I don't have any clues to put back. So I'll play Live and Learn. It's fast, play after a skill test fails. Attempt the test again, getting +2, so now I'm up by 3. And I get an extra action because of her failed skill test. -4. 1 of 2 tokens in the bag that could have made me fail. Okay. I was hoping to get that with 2 actions left. So what I'm going to do is Mysterious Raven. I know this is stupid because Shroud is so low. Maybe I'm not. Old Keyring doesn't help too much because it's only going to reduce the Shroud by 1 instead of its full 2. I don't have any horror, so I can't, and I didn't fail by enough for Grim Fairy Tales. Let's see. I wanted 2 actions left so that I could discover where a cultist was with my 4 clues. I'll use the Mysterious Raven. There's another one in the deck, I think. It's a fast action. I have to take a horror and discard the Mysterious Raven to just discover a clue at my location. So now my second action with her is going to have the investigators turn in 4 clues. Turn in our 4 clues, and let's just give this a quick shuffle to draw from the top of the cultist deck. She's got 1 action left. Wolfman Drew spawns at downtown. When he attacks, heal 1 damage from him. Okay, so he's up here. Not a hunter. So just a cultist for us to go get. So we've got 1 action left. There's 2 clues down here. We can leave those for Winnie. We don't have an ally to put into play. That's at East Town. Go get clues at the graveyard. Or draw. She's not really set up to go fight Wolfman Drew, so maybe Winnie should move up there to fight. That's kind of a little bit of a journey. The entire turn would be getting up there. She doesn't have any good cards to do fighting with. I think maybe I draw a card. I need to build up some more cards in her hand for a 3rd action. Grit Your Teeth. Fast. Play after you fail a skill test. You get +1 to each of your skills for the remainder of the turn. Okay, she's done. Do I even need to flip her over? I don't think so, because there's no enemies that are going to do anything. No cards need to get reset. Get our resources and cards. Another Grit Your Teeth. And Winnie draws a Daredevil. It's interesting. If you drew a Daredevil from a Daredevil, you'd have to keep drawing, I guess. Because you actually do commit it. She's not set up great on combat right now either. She doesn't have any of her guns or anything out. Probably didn't play this very good to start with. Very well, however you're supposed to say it. End of the round. Mythos Phase, add a Doom. Encounter card for Winnie. Test Agility 4. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror, then disengage from each non-Knight Gaunt enemy engaged with you and move to a central location. Okay, so we are +1. So we fail, we gotta take a 1 and we get dragged there. 1 and 1. Stella's card, Obscuring Fog. Okay, so +2 Shroud on Rivertown. It's fine, there's no clues there. So they're both actually about the same for combat right now because neither of them have any combat cards out. Just no extra damage. I guess Winnie could move there, get the benefit from East Town, get a resource, and get her ally out. Get Lonnie Ritter out. Doesn't do any extra damage though. I think I'm just going to have Winnie move back and investigate to get more clues, to get more cultists out on the board. So that's one action. I should have got some assets out. I'll investigate, so it's 3-2. I'll commit Opportunist to make it 4-2, and Daredevil 5-2. So for Daredevil, weaknesses are going to get shuffled back in. Also trying maybe to burn through this. Until you get a skill you can commit, so that can't be committed because this is Investigate. Here we go, Copycat. After you commit Copycat to a skill test, search the discard pile of another investigator for a skill you can commit to this test and commit it. I thought I played it. I haven't played it yet. She doesn't have any skill cards in her discard pile. Ah, that's a bummer. So 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2. I'm up by 4. So I succeed by 4. I've committed enough cards here. No, wait, I need to shuffle this before I draw a card because I might. Oh man, I've got 2 weaknesses in this little tiny remainder of this deck. Draw a card for her power is a Switchblade. That's nice. Yeah. Opportunist comes back into my hand because I succeeded by 4. These 2 are going to go back, are discarded. And my Investigate was successful. So that's 2 actions. Third action, I might as well investigate again, just +1. Oops, or do I commit Opportunist? Opportunist, there's probably no way I'm going to get back in my hand. Seems like a bad use of the Opportunist card. Take a gamble, just +1. Oh, hey, look at that. I did not commit any cards, so that's not going to help me get any cards back, but it does help me get the clue. Okay, Winnie's done. Now the question with Stella is, do I go up there and fight? She'll be 3. She'll be down by 1. She'll be at 4. Or do I go somewhere else and just try to get more clues? I think I'm just going to go to the university. So first action is to move to the university. Miskatonic University is one of the most prestigious colleges in the Northeast. University Library is famous for its collection of occult books maintained by the esteemed Dr. Henry Armitage. Shroud of 4, 2 clues per investigator. We've got an old key ring though. As an action, I can search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or a spell card and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. I don't think that's very helpful. But I have an intellect of 2. I can use my old key ring to bring the shroud down to 2, so that's even. And then play a Grit Your Teeth to make it +1. Or do I just neither rain nor snow? There is another copy of Copycat in here. To make it +3. Let's do it. Kind of racing against the clock. So we're +3. The tablet says -3. If you fail, place 1 of your clues on your location. But I did not fail. It's even. Okay, I've got 1 action left. Do I just draw again? I need 1 more clue to have 4 clues to bring another cultist out onto the board somewhere. Failing. Oh wait, I have to use my old key ring. Charge 1 of my keys. Doesn't make sense to play Grit Your Teeth on your last action, because if I fail, she gets a second, or I mean she gets an additional action. This did not come into play because I believe it's because I did the -2 shroud. So the difficulty was not 4 or higher, it was only 2. But if I do it again, I guess I could use the old key ring. Again, that makes it even. It's 2 to 2. Or I just draw a card and try to build. Instead of taking really bad odds, I'm going to draw a card. See what I get. It's a granny. And this is the non-upgraded granny version. Or the non-upgraded version of granny. Okay, it's not a hunter. No one's engaged to attack. So we just flip. That did not have to be exhausted. Let's get our resources. So we go from 3 to 4 over here and just add 1 here. Draw a card. Got the Look What I Found. Cool. We can use this next turn to get 2 clues from there. And then Winnie. Slip away. Let's evade. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Helps her evade. Still both the weakness cards in here. Top of the round. Add a Mythos and event card or encounter cards. Obscuring Fog. Fine by me. There's no clues left there anyway. Those are coming out at the right time. Stella. Throwing the cards everywhere. Hunting Shadow. This is the same thing she got last time. Spend a clue or take 2 damage. I think you can heal damage at the hospital. I don't want to spend a clue at this 4 shroud place that I used a key to get. Man, half of my health is gone already. All right, we're going to have a string of enemies coming out at some point because we haven't gotten any out of there yet. So, what are we going to do? Let's get clues to bring another cultist out. So we'll start with Stella. We'll use our key ring to make it a even test. So it's 0 to 0, or 2 to 2, sorry. And -2. So we failed the skill test, we'll get an extra turn. We failed, so we do not have to use up our key ring. If you fail a skill test by 2 or more, I can exhaust this and use it. Use one of them to heal a horror. Okay, now also I'm going to pay 2 resources, so flip a 3 to a 1. Fail a skill test by 3 or less while investigating. Discover 2 total clues from among your location and connecting locations. So we'll take 2 clues. That's great. I mean, this is her ability and deck in action because it's basically a free action because of her ability. She failed it, but because she failed it, we have a card that got us great stuff from failing. Her second of 4 actions is going to be to spend 4 clues from the investigators as a group to draw the top cultist. Victoria Devereaux. Spawn at North Side. Spend 5 resources to parlay. Add Victoria to the victory display. So we just need to talk to her. She's up here. We've got 2 actions left. If we, let's see here. If we get resource, she'll get another one at the end of the turn. And then next turn we can move, parlay. Okay, so our last 2 actions will be resource to go from 2 resources to 4. And Stella is done. All right, Winnie. So we've got 1 clue. Let's go to the hospital for our first move. Yeah, for an action, you can heal 3 damage once per game. We need 1 clue per investigator. It has a shroud of 2. I'm going to investigate with her second action, commit this book icon from Slip Away. Do I have another card I want to commit to draw a card? So I'm up by 1. This makes it up by 2. Opportunist makes it up by 3. So I'm committing 2 cards. I want to draw a card. I know I might lose Opportunist, but that's okay. Okay, I'm up by 3. Look at that. So I'm up by 4. I'm actually going to add both of these cards back to my hand because for every 2 points you succeed, you can return them to your hand. Opportunist comes back anyway. So she succeeds. And then we can draw a card. Ooh, it's Pilfer. Where haven't we gotten clues from yet? The Graveyard, East Town, and North Side. Investigation uses agility instead of book. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. Let's investigate again, I guess. Too bad Pilfer wasn't like from connecting locations as well. Yeah, we'll investigate again and do both of these. So we're up 2, 3, 4, 5. We're up by 3. -1 is we succeed by 2. So Opportunist has to get discarded. Slip Away gets discarded. Sorry, I had to cut for a second. My son was at the door. Slip Away got recorded or got discarded. Opportunist got discarded, but we succeeded. And that's our turns done. So we just need this clue here to get another cultist out on the map. Okay. Neither of them are hunters. Reset that card. Reset this and this. We'll get some resources here. So we go from 4 to 5, which is exactly the plan to pay for her. The parlay up there. She just needs to be bought off, I guess. And cards. I'll draw Winnie's first. The other Opportunist. Man, both of those weaknesses. I'm pretty sure I did the right thing and shuffled them back in. Yep. Okay, and Stella's card is the Oops, where if you attack one enemy you can and miss, you can damage a different enemy at the same location. Top of the round, flip the Doom from 1 to 2, so we're up at 4 total. And encounter cards. Winnie's encounter card is Locked Door. Attached to the location with the most clues and without a locked door attached. The attached location cannot be investigated. You have to test combat of 4 to break down the door or agility 4 to pick the locks, which is a good thing that I have high agility. So Miskatonic University has the most clues. Okay, Stella. Here we go. Not that I'm happy about it. It's a Haunting Knight Gaunt. Combat of 3. 4 hit points. I need something to do extra damage. And these are the ones that have the evasion of 4, or the evasion of 1, but the negatives drawn from the bag are doubled. So, Stella's going to go first. I am going to try to evade. because if I fight, I'm not going to kill it. I'm not going to get away. It's a skill test of 3, so it's still not 4 or higher. So I have an agility of 3. I'm going to add Grit Your Teeth to it. It has a wild. I have agility of 4. This makes it 5. He has a agility of 1, so I'm up by 4. But negative draws are doubled. Up by 4. Oh, auto fail. Yeah, it's just an auto fail. So I failed, but because of Grit Your Teeth, I get a +1 to each of my skills for the remainder of the round, and I get another action. So I could do it again, just up by 4. I gotta get away from this thing. Up by 4. So -1 makes it actually -2, so I succeed. So I've got 2 actions left. This guy's evaded, just sitting there. And 2 actions left. I will move here. She would engage me. But I can do this parlay, spend 5 resources, and add her to the victory display, which I'll put right there, I guess. Oh, wait, I forgot to flip this. Visiting the north side for the first time. Spend 5 resources to gain 2 clues from the token pool. And so you can just turn resources into clues there. And there's 2 clues per investigator. So 4 clues. Which is a good target for something. What was it? Did I already play it? Yeah, I already played it. Okay, so Stella's done. Up here in north side. So I think Winnie's gonna move for 1 action. Let's get the Switchblade out. Cost of 1 for a 2nd action. And we can't investigate there until that locked door goes away. Got 2 resources left and 1 action left. Maybe I fight the Knight Gaunt. With my Switchblade, that's 4 to 3. So up by 1. Leather jacket could make it up by 2. Opportunist could make it up by 3. I don't even have to exhaust this. It only deals +1 damage if I succeed by 2 or more. I'm going to do it because I can draw a card because I commit 2. So I'll commit those 2, 3, 4, 5, to 3 up by 2. Switchblade is good because it adds damage, but it doesn't add to your combat. Maybe the upgraded one does, I can't remember. I already forgot. What am I up? I'm up by 2. It's not the best chances. Oh, but I succeed. but I only succeed by 1, so I do not get the extra damage from Switchblade. I do get to draw a card though, because I committed 2 cards. Ah, we got the gun. 4 resources is expensive. Got a bunch of expensive cards in my hand. And we've only got 3 clues total. Okay, so that's Winnie's turn. Hunters would hunt, and engaged enemies would fight. Nobody's engaged. Okay, so now stuff will ready. So he's going to ready and engage. We will flip over and get resources and cards. Lockpicks. And yes, Lockpicks is the card that I should have been digging for. And her card is Scrapper. So we could spend resources to become a better fighter. Still doesn't do extra damage though. I need damage bonuses. And card draw, it looks like. Okay, top of the round, Mythos Phase. That's 5 out of 6, so encounter card is Acolyte. We have to spawn at an empty location. Where should we spawn? I don't think I'm going to be able to spawn close enough to take care of it right now. It's going to come out with a doom on it. But I almost don't care about that soon because it'll get wiped when the agenda gets wiped. So let's put it here. So it comes out with a doom. We've already done the check the agenda step, right? In the Mythos Phase. Yes, it's before we draw encounter cards. Okay, Stella's card. Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy and then draw it. Which also, again, I don't care about because it's going to get wiped. And Wolfman Drew is the closest cultist enemy. Okay, it's our turn. I need 1 clue to get another unique cultist out onto the map. I also need some damage. Trying to fight Wolfman Drew is going to initiate this because he has a ability number of 4. Her agility is 4, and her agility is 5. Maybe I fight with the Knight Gaunt with, or do I evade the Knight Gaunt and do something else? Got 3 resources. If I evade, get a resource, and play my gun, that would be her entire turn. That'd make her a better fighter. Have Stella investigate and bring out the next cultist. 2. Stella's not the best just base investigator though. She's going to start at a -1 again at that location. With her key ring, she'd be up only 1. She could use Grit Your Teeth. I almost want to move Winnie there and get her lockpicks out instead of the Mauser, maybe. I guess Stella could just... Well, Stella's got 4 damage on her. She could go down to the hospital to heal 3 of it off. I think maybe we go fight Wolfman Drew. But we're still down. Let's have Winnie evade. If she evades, gets rid of the locked door. That's 2 actions. She's got 1 action left. Fight, 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 as her 3 actions don't seem the best either because the odds are not great. Unless she succeeds by quite a bit using Switchblade. Okay, let's try this. Let's fight with Switchblade. We need to succeed by 2 or more, but right now it's even. Wow, so the odds of that are not... It isn't going to happen. Okay, let's evade then. It's 5-1, but... yeah, it's 5-1. Negatives are doubled. So we're really need to see a -2 or less out of here. Okay, so we succeeded by 4. So we evade the Knight Gaunt for 1 action. Second action, do I investigate to get that clue? It's 4-3. Let's see, I've got 2 actions left, right? That was 1. Let's play out lockpicks. Go on the investigate route instead of the fighting route. And then we can exhaust lockpicks to investigate to add our agility to our book. So now we're at 8-4. We're up by 4 on this investigation for her 3rd action. Good thing because I drew the -4. So we'll get the clue. Now here's an interesting question. We go to Stella's turn. As an action, the investigators spin 2 clues per investigator as a group. Draw the top card of the cultist deck. So for her action, I can spin these 4. I don't see why not. Let me know down below if that's the wrong interpretation. I mean, as a group, we are spending a total of 2 per 4. So we draw the top cultist. Peter Warren spawns at the Miskatonic University. Spend 2 clues to parlay and add Peter Warren to the victory display. So we need to get 2 clues. So he's going to spawn here and then immediately engage with Winnie. We might just kill him instead. He's got 3 health. I think we might just kill him instead. Okay. That was Stella's first action. Now for her second action. Now this is interesting. I could go down there. Oh, shoot. I have to backtrack. Darn it. Unfortunate. Maybe I'll just shuffle. I have to backtrack. Get 3 clues back. I forgot about the locked doors. Don't even know if I want to play lock picks right now then. I got to get rid of these locked doors. So I've got 2 actions left because I took the lock picks back. It's a combat 4 or agility 4. Or do I move with my second action? I think I move with my second action. And then I'm going to get, if I get a resource, with my third action, I'll just investigate there, and it's straight up 3 of 3. Just try it straight up 3 to 3. All right, I fail. Okay, so now Stella's turn. Might just need to go fight Wolfman Drew and just note, but called by the mists. Her investigate. Intellect only 2. It's 2 actions to get rid of this. This is going to be like a boring turn, but I need to get rid of that and maybe just draw a card. See what else, if I get a damage card like my Derringer or something. Okay, I got a Mysterious Raven. That'll just let me auto get a clue. I could go down here and just auto get this clue because I'm not investigating to get it. That's not too bad. All right, that's both of them. There's no hunters that are not evaded right now, so no combat to take place. Those should have been flipped. I'll flip those, get flipped back over. Oops. So he readies. He'll hunt next turn. Unless Stella goes down there to get that clue. And we'll get our resources. So we go from 3 to 4, from 1 to 2. Get cards. Derringer. Sweet. All right. Start to get some fighting done. I forgot she had the key ring. It's right there in front of my face. Copycat. You gotta be kidding me. There's 2 cards left in the deck. That's gotta be the 2 weaknesses. But this time, for Copycat, neither rain nor snow is in our discard pile over here. So I know we're going to get some bonus to a test we commit Copycat to. Okay, Mythos phase, we would do this, and now we are at 6, so it will advance, and you take the doom off of all characters that are out when an agenda advances as well. Prey is somebody with the most clues. So it's the Mast Hunter. Mast Hunter gets +2 health per investigator. While you're engaged with the Mast Hunter, you cannot discover or spend clues. So we've got to do 8 damage to this Mast Hunter to slay it. It's kind of good that Stella's got her Derringer. And the new agenda. The minutes pass quickly as your investigation continues. We can take an action to resign. You don't want to risk taking too long, so you head to safety with the information you've gathered. And 8 doom will advance. And I don't want to know who the next one was when I had to backtrack, because I cheated a little bit earlier. We've only got 1 cultist in our display so far. If we kill him, that could be 2. Kill him, that could be 3. I think we need to get to 5 at a minimum to get to the best starting point for next scenario. All right, so now encounter cards. Winnie's encounter card is a stupid Knight Gaunt. And Stella's card, False Lead. If you have no clues, False Lead gains Surge. She has no clues. Crypt Chill, Revelation Test, Willpower 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. Her willpower is 3. Let's... do I commit Grit Your Teeth? That can give me a +1 to all of my skills if I fail. I'm down by 1, so that would make it even. Yeah, let's do it, because it's for the entire round. So I'm committing this card here, Grit Your Teeth. Play after you... Oh, nope, can't do that. It's play after you fail a skill test. I'm not committing this card. It's a good thing I read it. If I had Granny out, I'd have a +1, but I don't have her out, so... All right. So we're down by 1. We're probably going to have to discard something. Probably Grimm's Fairy Tales. Down by 1. Down by 2. Well, we got 1 horror removed from that at a cost of 2 resources and a turn. Probably not worth it. Okay. Lots of bad guys out here. Oops isn't great because it deals damage to a different enemy if I attack someone that I'm engaged with. I think I want Stella to go first and get her Derringer out. It's only got 2 shots though. She'd have to get a resource, play her Derringer, and then she'd have 1 shot. We don't have anything that does bonus damage because we don't have... If we put the Mauser out, we're going to take an attack of opportunity. The Mast Hunter, surprise. Oh yes, he has a hunter. It's just written smaller than the other cards. I think we should do it. So first action is to get a resource. Second action is to play the Derringer. Two pieces of ammo. Third action is going to be to fight. So we're at 3. If we use our Derringer, is 4, 5. The Mast Hunter is a 4, so we're up by 1. I think I will add Scrapper to it. To make it 6 to 4, so I'm up by 2. 3 bad tokens in here. Oh, I don't have the money to pay for these other cards. What did I say? I'm up by 2. Good, -2. So that gets used and it's +1 damage, so that's 2. And that was my last action with Stella. Now Winnie. She's got 4 resources, which is enough to play out my gun. Attack of Opportunity would give me 3 damage and 2 horror. Man, I almost think that's worth it. And then fight, fight. Could have the Mast Hunter at, but then I'm totally hosed because I'll get attacked by both of them. That's no good. And my next card draw is going to be a weakness. I could evade, play. The Mast Hunter is going to come back on her because she has the most clues. We will try it. I'm evade the Mast Hunter first, 5 to 2, so I'm up by 3. Good, -3. So evaded. Now the Knight Gaunt, I'm up by 4, but we have this stupid doubling of the negatives. So I need a -2 or less in here. And a -4, that was terrible. Attack of Opportunity, it's not too bad now. Which I should have just done and then fought. I have to get my gun out, so I'm just going to take the attack. Play the gun for my last action, paying all 4 resources. 5 pieces of ammo. and 1 and 1. The extra 2 damage and the 1 horror from that guy would have been huge, taking an attack opportunity earlier. Okay, that's 3 actions with Winnie. Hunters hunt first. Then we get attacked. Stella is in bad shape here. She's got, that's not too bad. 3 left. Attacked here. Then we go to resetting, so the masked man wakes up and engages. Flip. Resources. And cards. Rabbit's Foot. Should have dug for that earlier too. All right. So this is the one that I have to commit it to each eligible skill test. The skill's icon subtract. Yeah, so I'm going to get a -1. And I have to fail something in order to get rid of it. All right, so we've gotten resources, we've drawn cards, Mythos Phase. Do that. Counter card. Test agility 4. If you fail, take a damage in horror, then disengage from Knight Gaunt enemies engage with you and move to a central location. So we might get dragged to Rivertown. But we're +1 with our agility. So we fail. Take 1 and 1. We disengage from each non-Knight Gaunt enemy. So if we disengage from him, I need to read disengage. I don't know if he's going to go immediately engage with Stella or become exhausted. Be right back. Okay, it doesn't say that the card becomes exhausted. It just says to disengage. So I think she would become disengaged. It would go here to the north side and then re-engage Stella. And then she gets dragged to Rivertown by the Knight Gaunt. Okay, Stella's card. Crypt Chill. Test 4 willpower. And I was going to play Grate Your Teeth wrong earlier anyways. It's not commit and get the bonus. It's you either commit it or get its action. Down by 1, I guess we'll lose the old key ring. Hey, +1. We don't lose anything. Sometimes the bag is nice to you. Sometimes. Put that doom in the complete wrong place. Okay, so now the question really is, And of course I got moved away from the Mast Hunter right when I got my weapon out to fight him. If I move, I'm going to take attack of opportunities from the Knight Gaunt. Unless I evade him. If I evade him, I have to commit this, so then I'm down by 3. Or not down, I'm only up by 3, which means that -1 and better is the only good things that will help me evade. Or I need to get away from this Knight Gaunt right now, so we're going to evade it. I'm going to commit Copycat as well, which is going to let me get neither rain nor snow. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -1 is 8. Because this is a subtraction. 8 to 1. Only the tentacles. Because even a -4 doubled. Oh, wait, no. -4 or tentacles. I got the -2. So this goes to the bottom of Stella's deck because of Copycat. This does not get discarded. Copycat gets discarded. I could do this fast action to draw a card, but I'm not going to because I know that's the other weakness. I do not want that to cost me. It's going to cost me my resources anyways, isn't it? He's evaded. And move back up here. Now, if she doesn't evade this hunter, she's gonna die. She's got 5 damage. That's okay. Let's attack with our first action, the Mast Hunter. Let's just get some damage in before we start evading. I'm going to use the Derringer. So it's 5, 6, 7 to 4. So we're up by 3. -3, so it's exactly 0. So our Derringer will get us 2 total damage. So now feels bad evading and then not doing anything. But we've got to start with the Mast Hunter. 2 to 4, I'm up by 2. What's this? -2, place 1 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Okay, so I was successful. He's evaded. Got 1 action left. I'm up by 3, trying to evade the Knight Gaunt. I'm going to commit this wild to make it up by 4, so -2s are better, or a successful evasion. Okay, I succeeded, that's a 0. And that's her last action. Okay, readied hunters would hunt. They're not ready. Engaged would fight. No one's engaged. So we go to Upkeep Phase. So let's flip this. Get ready this guy. Ready both of these. This one has a prey of most clues, which is again Winnie. And I think we'll put the Knight Gaunt over here as well. And get resources and cards, but resources is going to go away over there. Ooh, we got the other Derringer. Sweet. Because we need to do some fighting. Okay, and then we draw her weakness of Reckless. If Reckless is in your hand at the end of your turn. Oh, okay. Reveal it and lose 2 resources. So we've got a turn to play something out. Except we kind of need to fight next turn. So having Lita last time really helped in fighting the Knight Gaunts because they're monsters. So that's the end of the round. Doom goes up Mythos Phase and counter cards. Winnie's card. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. At this point, because we have a pretty good clue getting card. Oh wait, spend a clue? Spend a clue. It's just gone. But taking 2 damage is not great. Spent. Stella. Locked door. Attach the location with the most clues. Okay. Back to our turn. All right, so Winnie's going to go first. Commit only to a skill test you're performing and has no other cards committed to it, but we have to commit this, right? We'll commit Lonnie to negate it. We're going to go after the Mast Hunter. So it's 3. Spend an ammo from this. Makes it 4. Can Stella commit anything? Because that's just even. 5, 6, her oops. She'll commit her oops to the test to make it 6. To 4. 6 to 4. -2. Okay, place 1 doom on the nearest cultist, so I'll flip this over. Okay. That's even, so we do not get to... We don't get to use our Mauser again this turn. So that's 2 damage. Lonnie gets discarded. Arrogance goes back to our hand. I'm going to use this ability to draw cards, so we got to take a horror. She's got 2 horror left. She can take 4 damage. One cultist so far. And we draw a Slip Away. That could help us evade. Add the book to your skill value. If you succeed by 2 or more and the evaded enemy is non-elite, it does not ready during the next upkeep phase. The Mast Hunter is elite. I think we try to shoot at him with Stella's other Derringer. So our combat 3, we can make it to 4 with the Switchblade. We'd be up by 1, but Arrogance is going to make it even. If we fail, at least we can get rid of Arrogance. And the Knight Gaunt does not have Retaliate. So our second action, we're going to fight the Knight Gaunt with Switchblade. So it's even, 3 to 3. Oh wait, no, this does not give you a bonus combat. Down by 1, actually. Just fine by me. Maybe we'll get rid of Arrogance. Yeah, okay. That was a -1. So we fail. It does not have Retaliate. We get to discard Arrogance. Now, commit only to a skill test you are performing and no other cards committed to it. I think this works. I'm going to evade the Knight Gaunt. I'm going to play Slip Away. So Slip Away here. Evade. Add your book to your skill value for this evasion attempt. If you succeed by 2 or more and the evaded enemy is non-elite, it is not ready during the next upkeep phase. So I'm going to try to evade this Knight Gaunt here. I got to pay 2 resources for this. I think actually I'm going to keep this out as a reminder. Let me put Stella over here. Let's move Wolfman to the other side. So then Reckless, I will commit this skill to a test I'm performing. If no other cards committed to it. This is not committed to the test. It's played to initiate the test. So my book plus my evasion is 8. He's a 1, so I'm up by 7. Negatives are doubled. Okay, it's a 0, so I succeed by quite a bit. So this gets discarded because I succeeded without committing any other cards. He's evaded, and I'm going to put this here as a reminder that that's going to come off instead of him readying during the next upkeep phase. And that's Winnie's third action. Okay, now Stella. Stella's got to get it done here. So Stella's first action is going to be to get a resource. So I'll go from 2 to 3. Second action is going to play out her other Derringer. So that Derringer will get discarded. 2 ammo uses on it. And then her third action is going to be to attack this Mast Hunter. using her Derringer. So 3, 4, 5 to 1. So +1. And if I miss, then Winnie's going to get hit. I'll use the wild icon from Rabbit's Foot for +1. So 4, 5, 6. So I'm only up by 2. No, -3. Okay, so that's bad all around because Winnie gets hit with that. Oh, and that's super bad because the Mast Hunter is going to attack Winnie and Winnie's going to get knocked out. We don't lose an ammo here because we failed. I get another action though because I failed a skill test. So we have to hope for a miracle. Winnie's going to get knocked out anyway by the attack from the Mast Hunter. So we will just attack again. At +2, so it's 5 to 4, so we're up by 1. It's going to come down to this. Oh, -1, we were up by 1. So that uses that. It's +1 damage from the Derringer. So additional 2 damage on here makes the 8 that we needed. That was a miracle. The Mast Hunter is going to get added to the victory display. All right. Thank goodness for her. Failing a skill test gets you an extra action. I think it would have been altogether terrible because it would have gone up there and then come and engaged her and attacked her, and then she would only had 1 health left. All bad. All bad news. Okay, so our turn is done. This guy's a hunter. He will move here. This guy's not going to ready because of slip away. We ready. And we get, we spent our money on the Derringer. Get a resource and a resource. Card, neither rain or snow, it's good. And another Lonnie, although we used our other Lonnie, so Lonnie. This resets. Okay. Mythos. Bad cards. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy if there are no cultist enemies in play. So Wolfman Drew, right? That's not a cultist. That's not a cultist. This is 1 away. This is 2 away. 2 Doom on Wolfman Drew. So that's 3, 4, 5. Okay, Stella's card is Acolyte. Spawn at an empty location. Place a Doom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we need to go over there and kill Wolfman Drew this turn, which we can do. We'll be getting away from this location with all these clues, though. Okay, it's our turn. Those were our encounter cards. Only 1 resource. We need 4 resources to play Pilfer. That feels bad. Feels bad, man. 3 to 3. Mysterious Raven, we could get 1, but we need 2 clues to get another cultist out, another unique cultist out from the deck. Because we haven't been to downtown or east town yet, right? So we could just get clues over there. Yeah, we're hightailing it. Okay, Winnie's gonna go first. It's gonna move over here for first action. Wolfman Drew will come to her and engage her downtown. Gain 3 resources is the action. 2 clues per. We can just go here. Where's the place you get clues? Yeah, here you just gain 2 clues by spending 5 resources. So she's got Wolfman. She's done 1 action. We got to get rid of this doom that's on him. He's got a fight of 3. I'm actually wondering if it's better for Stella to go first. This would be 1. I'm actually going to have Stella go first. So I'm not going to backtrack anything because I'm still going to do those things, but Stella's going to go. She's going to play her Mysterious Raven for a resource for her first action. It would actually come out. Then it has a fast action to get a clue. It's not investigate, it's just get a clue. Just discover a clue. So the locked doors isn't going to impact it. But she has to take a horror to do that. So her first action was to play it. Second action was the fast action to discard it, get the clue. Her second action will be to move here, which actually means that Wolfman would engage her. Then her third action is going to be to attack with her Derringer. So 3, 4, 5 to 4. She'll play neither rain nor snow to make it 6, 7, 8 to 4. She's up by 4. -3 means she succeeds by 1. So that ammo is spent. And he gets 2 damage, bonus damage from the Derringer. Okay, now Winnie moves for her first action. Her second action will be to shoot at Wolfman Drew and hope she doesn't miss. Let's see, that's 1. She does 2. No. All right, so her second action is to attack. She's going to use her Mauser, spend an ammo. So 3, 4. It's even. That's not good. She misses. Stella's going to get hit. She'd have 1 health point left. When Wolfman Drew attacks, he gets healed by 1 as well. That's not good. Copycat right now would be nice. an even draw. It's not great odds. I'll commit Lonnie to make it +1. I think we're doomed. It's +1. Oh, it's a 0. Great. With the Mauser's damage of +1, that makes 4 damage on Wolfman Drew. So he's gone. So that's 3. Can we get 2 more is the question. I've got 1 action left with Winnie. We need 1 more clue to see who the next one is. And we've got a Shroud of 3 here. I'm going to do the action from this card as my last action to gain 3 resources. And that's it. Okay, Hunters hunt, so this Knight Gaunt is going to move towards us. Nobody's engaged to attack, so we start readying everything and everybody. This guy now readies, so next turn they're going to hunt towards us. Resources, so that's 5. 1 in cards, leather jacket. Test a will. Play an investigator at your location draws a non-weakness treachery card. I can test 3 willpower to try to cancel it. Okay, so we're at 5 out of 8. Encounter card for Winnie. Wizard of the Order. Spawn any empty location. How about our house? I think it's almost time to resign. At the end of the Mythos phase, we put a doom on it. So it's not quite the end of the Mythos phase. So we got 3 cultists. The more cultists that get away, the harder it gets in the next scenario, if I remember correctly, though. 1 more, 2 more would be ideal. 1 more, well, actually, I think all 6 would be ideal. All right, and now Stella's card, False Lead. You don't have any clues, false seeking search. If you have 1 or more clue, test book 4. For each point you fail by, place 1 of your clues on your location. And I'm only a book of 2. So it's -2. There's nothing I can draw. Hey, so -1. You may instead choose to automatically fail this skill test to heal 1 damage and 1 horror. Yes, I will fail. I'm going to lose this clue anyway because I'm still at -1. For each point you fail by. Yes, I will automatically fail to heal this and that with her Elder Sign effect. Okay, into the Mythos phase. Wizard of the Order is going to get a doom. So now we are at 6 of 8, and then next turn it will be 7. So we've got 2 rounds left. We'd have to draw where's this one supposed to be? Right here, right here. Get 1 clue. We'd have to get like a cultist that, if it's here, there's no way we're going to get there. There's too many guys to go through. Huh. I'm almost thinking we just resign. Almost thinking we just resign. Instead of having it go past midnight. We could get a clue and draw it and see where it comes out, I guess. So we'll have Winnie go first. She's gonna pay 4 resources for her first action to play Pilfer. Investigate uses agility instead of book. If you succeed, discover 2 additional clues. So agility is 5 to a shroud of 3. And what the heck, I'll commit lockpicks to it for, oh wait, no, that's a book. I have to use agility instead. Okay, so I guess we are at, that should have readied. I could go fight that Acolyte, I guess, with my Mauser. We'll do this first. Yeah, we'll do this first. 5 to 3, I'm up 2. Not the best odds. This is -2. So it's a successful test, but I have to place a doom on the nearest cultist. So now I probably should just go kill him. But we get the clue. So that was 1 action. Second action, she will move. He will engage. I guess I could just flip it. This gets over. This ability is 2 less for allies when you play them. We've got 1 action left. We will fight with our Mauser on the Acolyte, spending an ammo. That's +1, so 3, 4. We'll commit Leather Jacket for 5 to 3. So +2. -2, so we're successful. So the Acolyte is dead. So now there's only 5 doom out there, and that's the end of Winnie's turn. We were not higher than 2, and we only committed 1 card, so we can't trigger that. Okay, now we'll go to Stella's turn. So Stella's first action will be to do the clue action. We'll turn in 4 clues. And draw the top cultist. Herman Collins spawns at the graveyard. Choose and discard 4 cards from your hand. Parlay, add Herman. So if we discard 4 cards, we can get Herman. We've got 2. Okay. So that was our first action. If we go second action, third action. Okay. We'll draw 1 at the end of our turn. So we'll have 3. We can draw another one for 4. That'd be our first action. Move in there for our second action. Parlay for our third action and have another cultist down. Okay, that seems good. It's a good thing we didn't just resign. Okay, so we'll ready this. Actually, wait, Hunter's Hunt. So they're both 1 away. They don't have any prey on their cards, so I'm just going to have them both move towards Stella. Okay, now we start readying stuff. And getting resources. One here. One here. We draw. Is a rabbit's foot. And we draw Switchblade. Okay, Mythos Phase, Doom. So 5, 6 counter cards. Winnie gets Acolyte. We'll spawn it there, and it comes out with a Doom. So 5, 6, that's 7. Oh, and he's going to get one at the end of the Mythos Phase too. Yep. And False Lead, if you have no clues, False Lead gains Surge. Stella has no clues. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. We don't have a clue to spend. Okay, so we'll be resigning after... Oh, Stella doesn't have enough actions to resign. Same thing that got me last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I get rid... So it's the end of the Mythos Phase. This goes up to 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next time we put another one on, that's 8. Oh, man. We don't have enough. It's only got 2 health. Winnie can go 1, 2, fight, and then we'll last another turn. Okay, so Winnie's going to go first. 1, 2, back to her house. That guy engages her. Her third action is going to be to fight with her Mauser. So 3, 4, it's only even. Yep, it's only even. I don't have any cards to commit. Not great odds, but we'll see. Oh, the skull is -X is the highest number of doom on a cultist enemy in play, so -2. We fail. Okay, so Stella's actions then are going to be to first draw a card. Ah, this makes it even worse. Because this is not a card she can discard. Oh, that's terrible. Now there's nothing I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, now there's nothing I can do. We had a chance on that draw to take out this wizard. Okay, so Stella will resign then. She doesn't even need to resign. We'll just, because she can't resign, so it's the the agenda is going to advance. She'll spend her last 2 actions just to discard her weakness. So that's the end of our turn. Oh, she's not going to do that. That's dumb. I wanted to make sure that she was not going to be in a spot where these guys would hunt and attack her, because they'll kill her. So Why not? She'll run to the house as well. Yep. And then she'll just draw a card for her last action. Take heart. Okay. So we're done. Hunters would hunt. So these guys would move closer. Engaged enemies would attack. So he's going to attack, do a damage. 7 out of 8. Then that's the end of the round. So we go to Mythos phase, we would put a Doom, and now we check and there's more than 8. 12 bells ring out across the town. It is midnight. There's no time left to investigate the city. You must act based on the information you've collected from the cultist you found. Resolution 2. Resolution 2. 12 bells ring out, signaling midnight. You're out of time. The cult's ritual will begin shortly. You've managed to obtain some useful information about the cult and its plans. You can only hope it's enough. In your campaign log, under Cultist We Interrogated, record the names of each unique cultist enemy in the victory display. In your campaign log, under Cultist Who Got Away, record the name of each unique enemy still remaining in the cultist deck, or in play. In your campaign log, record that it is past midnight. The Ghoul Priest is not still alive. And we're going to get Victory X based on the Victory X of locations. Cards in the victory display. I don't think we're going to get any from locations. We can get rid of these guys. Oop. No victory, because this one has victory, but there's still a clue there. That one has victory, but there's still clues there. So we're going to get 4. 2 from the Mast Hunter, 1 from her, and 1 from him. So 4 experience points. Okay, I will record this stuff down for the log and then spend some experience points, and we will go on to the Devourer below, I think it's called. Yeah. Any comments down below on anything regarding this scenario? I hope you're enjoying the series. I'll see you next time.